All right, all seems well. Welcome back, everybody. We are going to wait a moment and just make sure if anybody's coming in. Not sure, but we'll see. Oh, okay. All right, well, let's get good to go. Let's do this. It's exciting. And there we go. Okay. All right. Welcome back, everybody. We're going to get going on part 2 of the Goldsand pool. And this is a pretty decent looking model right now. Let's go ahead and show you what I have going on. So, as you can see, I've already done a lot of the house. So the house is looking very good. Got the details in there. Loving it. So we will go ahead and continue on with this project and move ourselves forward towards completion. I actually have 2 new bits of information that you have not seen. So one of the new items I have is a DWG file, which is an AutoCAD file which was created by the salesman, and that will be able to be imported into Pool Studio and easily I'll be able to grab some of the shapes and drop them right into place. So we're hoping that's going to be nice. I also have a PDF which I have over here, and there it is, and there's the design. As you can see, a straight line linear design, but then it also has this skew, as you can see, to the spa. And all we're doing is we're kind of hugging the wall here. So that is an interesting design option here. This was made by a salesman for the client, and it is definitely going to be looking good when I finish with it. So as I just sort of take this in, I'm just taking in the design right now. It's about 30 feet long, at least the pool is, and the spa looks to be at least a 7-foot spa, and everything else looking pretty much normal. I don't see any complications here. So the only real hard part about this project is the rock wall. By far, it is one of the most complicated things that I have seen on a project. Let me just show you a picture. Let's go back to the photos I have going. All right, so the rock wall in the backyard, very hard to model. There's nothing in my program that allows me to duplicate stones in a stacked formation like that without specifically grabbing each stone and manipulating it. So we're not going to do that, but we're going to try our best. What I did a long time ago is I created a rock formation that I'm just going to try and drop in actually right now and see if it fits. So if I can go to here and type in rock, let's see what I get. I have some custom rock that I'm going to drop in there. So looks like we have a little lag in the program. Happens at times. There it is. Oh, are you returning to me? Some of these long menus seem to lag up a little bit, especially with rocks. So I will have to go to Rockwork and My Groups and see if it's in there. Yeah, Boulder Wall. Okay. Alright, so what I'm going to do is drop in a whole lot of rocks. And it is taxing on the system, of course. What we're going to do is, let's see if I can get the rock wall to go along our curve. We'll kind of see what it looks like in 3D. It may not be usable. There have been times where I have to just throw in a rock wall, and I think that's what I'm going to do. Let me show you this option. This is bad. So here's just a whole bunch of stones that, of course, don't even look close to the rock wall in the picture. And hey, Dylan Mandel, welcome, buddy. Good to see you. Hey. Nice. All right. Best creator out there. I like to see that. I like that encouraging energy, buddy. Good to see you here, man. Really is. Okay. And that's all I'm doing here. I'm creating a pool model right now and going live. So this, Dylan, is my second attempt. I went live earlier today. And now I am live for a second time, getting my work done, showing people how to design and 3D model a pool. And as you can see, we have a tiny backyard to deal with. So again, good to see you here. Glad you're here. Stick around. Feel free to ask any questions you may have, or if you'd like to discuss any topics. Everything is fair game here. All right? Great to see you. Okay, back to work over here. Let's see. Yeah, that rock wall is not going to cut it, so we're going to ditch that thing right away. Let's get right back to what we were doing. And I'm going to have to go ahead and put in a rock wall of my own. So Dylan, are you a 3D designer? I see you over there. I see you over in the chat, Dylan. What brings you over to the Pool Creator tonight? Right now I'm going to put in a rock wall, which hopefully will satisfy and look realistic enough. Oh, that's the hard part, is making things look like that. This is going to be really tricky. Obviously something the computer program cannot handle very well. Okay. So let's grab this piece here and convert it to... Oh, looks like they won't let me. So I'm going to have to go ahead and copy and paste another piece onto the hardscapes and decks. And this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and make my own wall. It's going to be blocky, but the texture might work. Let's see what happens. All right, let's build this thing up. All right, Dylan, you went silent on me over there. It's all right, buddy. Good to see you. All right. Okay, here we go. Let's take a look at this rock wall I just put in. It's definitely a 5-foot wall. All right. Yeah, clearly. Okay. Okay, that is just ridiculous. That is not going to fly. So it doesn't even appear that I can get away with that very well. So what I usually do for these kind of things is I go into the stack stone, and there is a boulder that I tend to use. I think it's this one. Ugh. Ugh. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if it's looking quite like it. I can obviously change the color, but really, to have that texture, it's not happening. I'm very limited on my textures here, so again, I can change the color, but oh well. Okay. Let's go ahead and add some more texture to that. Wow, that looks bad. But you know what's funny is I'm going to have to work on this a little bit, and it's going to have to take shape. So this is interesting. Okay. All right. What will I do to make this come together? This is going to be interesting. Anyway, let's pause on the rock wall since that is pretty much the most difficult thing about this entire project. I got the house down, I got the new design in, and I'm going to go ahead and pop that in right now. So I'm going to import my CAD design. So this is an AutoCAD file. And this design was made in AutoCAD. And where are you, buddy? I believe I will find you over here. There you are. And as you can see, this is the design. And so I have all the lines drawn in. Thank you, dude. Totally detailed. Yeah, this design I have is a sweet design too. This, I'm happy with it because it is super hard to design for such a tiny backyard. I mean, are you kidding me? Who would put a pool in there? I mean, I guess I would. I like swimming. But I guess we need to have a deep end, though, because that rock wall looks very tempting, if you know what I mean, Dylan. That rock wall is looking proper. So let's have a deep end. Let's see if we have a deep end. What I need to do is check some of the details and see it. I do not have depth. I'm guessing this could be a sports pool. I can verify that. But typically, most pools go to 6 feet. So deep enough, right? All right, well, let's go ahead and get this thing put in there. Okay. And how easy some of this can be just by grabbing the shape here. I can insert the pool in place, but the problem is I need to first align both projects. So I'm going to take this pink marker here and I'm going to zoom in here till I'm just going to go all the way in here, and I have to put this marker right on the corner, but I'm not done zooming in. I'm zooming in as far as this program will possibly go, and I'm going to put this thing perfectly. There it is. Okay, so I got that placement. I'm going to go ahead now and grab my other pink arrow, pink crosshair. I'm now going to put it on my design in that exact same place. And I'm talking close. I got to get all the way in. There we go. Let's put that. I just want to be as accurate as possible to this CAD file. And that's looking good. Now, when I am in pools, I can import. Look at that. Okay, so what I'm seeing is that he is coming up. Oh, my wall is obviously not proper. My wall is too big. And I'll move that back anyway, because it doesn't go there. But his pool fits in perfectly. And I'm going to go ahead and add in some of the other items, like the spa. And by going back to some of the details that I have, this is the important document here, but as you can see, I have a 18-inch raised spa with a spillway. So I'm going to go ahead and put those in. Now I see a dotted line here on the spillway. Sometimes you can have a spillway go under the cap and it's not visible, but I haven't done a lot of those, so I'm going to assume that that is not the case. So let's go ahead and set the spa at the right height. I'm working here in the 2D world, and then I will jump over into the 3D world and take care of anything else I need to do. So we'll get over to the hardscapes here, and I'm going to throw in all of these steps. So by tossing that in and grouping these items together, I can then complete the shape right there. Boom. Let's do that again. Looks like I have another fragmented piece. I will throw that. Oh, that was the wrong button. Oops. And there we go. Group that together. And again, it likes it, so it'll take it. Okay, it looks like I have another very long step. This one is gonna have some issues, it looks like, but let's see what happens when I import that. Okay, Not bad. I will use what I have. Let's go here. And we'll finish this lower step. Would actually isn't even a step. It's at the 0 elevation. So, okay, great. Okay, so looks like I need to get all my elevations straight. That shouldn't be an issue. Okay. All right, all these little things. So once I get everything plugged in, then usually the magic happens when I flip into the 3D world. So as we look, oh, look at those ridiculous textures. My gosh. All right, just because I can't stand looking at that, I got to go ahead and get the concrete back to normal. All right. Wow. All right, so I got a lot of adjustments to make, obviously. We're in a very raw state. Let's go ahead and take a look again at the model, though, and we're going to eyeball this. This is an 18-inch raised spa, it looks like, and then we have 12 plus 12 with stone plus 18 here. So it's going to step down, step back up, and then down again. So I'm going to go ahead and work on that back wall and get that in. Hey, cool. Hey, Ryan, what's up? Good to see you. Ryan Mandel, Dylan Mandel. Hey, you guys brothers or something? This is amazing. Okay, cool. Thanks, dude. I'm glad you like my videos, and I'm glad to see you here. Totally awesome. Why don't you check this one out? Just want to say from the bottom of my heart, I'm proud you guys are here. Happy you guys are here. All right. Let me get back to work now. But enjoy the show. Of course, if you want to talk about anything, go ahead and hit me up in the chat. I love to stop what I'm doing and be totally distracted all the time. So I don't have a movie going right now, which I normally do, but I've got my favorite people here. So go ahead and hit me up if you want. All right, back to work. Okay. Where was I? Let's get these steps in. Let's get everything looking legit. Actually, you know what? When I get these CAD files, I just like to go hog wild and get everything in there. So I'm going to start doing that. And again, this is what I love about this program. It is perfect for like the ADD in me. So I totally can jump around and do anything I want to do and keep on moving. And if I get bored over here working on this phase, I can go ahead and work on another area. So I'm just going to plop in a few things. Get some steps put in. This looks like a deep end bench with an entry. And this bottom step here, or this is a step in. So that is telling me is that this pool is definitely going to be 6 feet deep. And this is just a deep end bench. Those are not good for swimming laps. I can't imagine a bench in the deep end being good for swimming laps, but we still do them all the time. A lot of people aren't even concerned about that kind of thing. All right, so I'm setting my levels here. We have that. Let's go ahead and put in the steps. Makes it real easy when I have this AutoCAD. I can just pop in the lines, and then because I know exactly what those lines represent, and so I'm going to go ahead and make my Baja ledge. That'll be set. Okay, looks like these are going to pop in super easy. Got it. Cool. All right, looking good. All right, let's take a little peek. All right, there you go. Big old Baja ledge. Looks like I have the slope of the pool reversed. Looks like the shallow edge is on the wrong side. That's an easy fix. Let's go ahead and do that. Go ahead and get into my pool slope here, and we're just going to flip that thing. And so what I like to do is zoom out a little bit. And this 3 feet is actually just perfect. And right here is where the steps end, and that usually should be about 3'6". So your bottom step and then your next step should be at about 3'6". Deep end shall be set at 6 feet, and it'll be sort of right here will be the deepest part of the pool. Okay, sort of gives you, and actually I'll push that back a little bit. There we go. So let's take a look at what I just did there, and you can see, excellent. Okay, that was easy. Looks like I have some trim tile that came in. That looks nice, but I do not have trim tile on this pool, so I'm going to remove that right away. So, very cool. Okay, where was I? Let's get these in. I'm still working on some steps and benches. I'm liking it. All right, let's pop in these steps. So a typical bench in a spa is about -18 from waterline. But that is a personal preference. I prefer to have a deeper bench. So that's usually what I put in all my models is I have a split level bench and I set them a little bit deeper. And let's see what happened there. It looks like I have issue with one of my lines. There we go, I'm back. All right. Okay, so this will be my deep. Let's just run it the same actually. Okay. Is it time for a coffee break yet? Should we start talking some geopolitics or something? Come on, we can't just be doing this pool work all day. Anybody have something to say? All right. We'll see how these take off. How these live streams, we'll see how they can perform. Because I want to live stream and I don't want to just talk about pools here. I don't want to talk about pool design only. Okay, I want to talk about, you know, real stuff. Stuff that's on your mind. So whatever's on your mind, let's talk about it. All right, let's plug this puppy in. This thing is having a hard time, this bench. Okay, let's just see what happens here. Okay, we're still getting the trim tile. Let's go ahead and get rid of this trim tile. I'm starting to, that should not be there by default, but it is. I pretty much think that everything you do in the last build starts to default, and some of those things I don't really like that. Yes, there's a lot of changes I would make. I've brought up some of these things to the software developers, and things do get changed over time. All right, everything's looking good. Let's go ahead and bounce again right back to my wall here, which I want to finish the raised wall. Yeah, Dylan, what's up? Okay, so I can't believe how much time I spent wasting my time on the internet trying to figure out if that was real or fake. And I think I'd have come to a conclusion that the Will Smith slap was fake. I don't know. You could tell that Chris Rock got rocked, and he was in full disbelief after he was smacked. He stumbled his lines for a little bit. You know, but it also could have been a completely staged event, which I think for Hollywood, I wouldn't put it past them. This was a very interesting Academy Awards. I did not really waste my time watching it. I think there's just been a lot of nonsense going on in the Academy Awards lately, so it hasn't drawn my attention, and a lot of other people haven't been watching it either. So anyway, I did see it. It looked like a pretty crazy slap. A lot of people want to say that it was staged and that either he didn't hit him and it was just a really perfect coordination, or it was real. But let me know what you think. I am so interested in what other people think about this. My wife wanted no part, didn't care to talk about it too much. She didn't care about the Academy Awards. Anyway, I definitely did hear about the Will Smith slap, and thank you for bringing that back up, because that pretty much made my night last night. I started really wasting a lot of time looking at all that last night. Love good time waster. Anyway, curious what you guys think. If you guys think that was a fake staged event for publicity, for ratings, which I wouldn't put it past anybody, or if you really think, you know, Chris Rock disrespected Jada and her alopecia, and you know, it's been known for over a decade that she has hair loss issues, so it's open common knowledge in Hollywood. So it seems like Chris Rock would have easily known that, and that this all seemed like a perfect setup for some kind of ratings. I don't know. Looked pretty real though. I definitely got to watch the Japanese version and whatever was out there, really. And that's my take on it. I think it could have very well been a staged event. But then again, Will Smith could have just lost it, just kind of went cuckoo. There's a lot of stuff. I mean, because I looked so deeply into this, Will Smith seemed to laugh at the joke. He was getting along with all the jokes. Everything was funny, ha ha ha, after Chris Rock said it. And then he looked over at Jada, and she was just like, she had the look on her face like, oh no, he went there. And then all of a sudden it changed. Will Smith got out of his seat and went instantly up there. And it was a little out of control. I don't think he was in control right there. And what that does is it just sends a horrible message to just a lot of youth that look up to him as a hero, and just like it's okay to just get up and smack the shit out of somebody. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it's cool to slap the shit out of somebody. So unless they really earned it, and yeah, he could have earned it. That's what makes me kind of say, like, this seems a little staged, a little Hollywood creation here. So anyway, I'd love to have a deep discussion on this one. I could talk about this one all day. Love it. What's happening here? We have sort of a, you know, the 18-inch race spa, and then a drop down, comes back up. Okay, I see. Pretty cool. I'm going to go ahead and put some better textures on here because this is atrocious. So let's go ahead and do that. Boy, some of these things need a lot of work, so I'm going to go ahead and handle that. Looks like we have a very low lip height on my spa and on my hardscapes, so I am going to definitely work on these to make them more realistic. Okay, there we go. Let's make sure these are all good. Okay. All right. Now we're starting to look a little better. All right. Yeah, what else is there to talk about in this world? I don't know. Plenty to talk about, of course. There's always something that's going to distract us from what's really going on. Is that not the truth? That's awesome. So let us continue with getting the correct, and they want a stacked stone, and I'm assuming they want to match the house. So I'm going to go ahead and grab that texture right now and toss it over here. Okay. All right, and let's see what my previous textures are. All right, now I'm getting my stone in there. Now it's looking a little bit more realistic. Let's get my tile. And we're going to put on a typical 6-inch waterline tile. Okay, and let's see if I can get a little flare on that. That's a little better. Okay, and okay, let's get these. Okay, it looks like this is going to be a stacked stone spa, I'm imagining. I'm going to double check that. I don't see it called out. I just see a lot of stone. So that's likely what it's going to be. Cool. Looking good. I know my guy doesn't like when I put stone under here because really this is just a 6-inch riser here. And, you know, what we're looking at is 3 inches of stone. So what I might do is go ahead and remove that so I don't have to deal with that later, because I see that that's going to be an issue. And that's good. Let's paste that in. Okay. Looks better with it there, of course, but let's paste that in, and that's looking good. Excuse me. Okay, what's next? Okay, so I don't see any water effects. Looks like he definitely has some LED lighting I'm going to throw in there. A lot of planting around the outside. Let's go ahead and throw in these step stones, or these stepping squares, I should say. I'll head back over here and then over to hardscapes. So each one of these is its own square, and wow. Luckily, it looks like I'm able to click on each one, as you can see. Most of the time when I get these shapes are always broken up for some reason. And I have a very hard time pulling those in, and I end up just making a single square and duplicating it. So the fact that these are all clicking as a square in its entirety means that they will come in as their own shape, which is very excellent. So there we go. I have a ton of squares selected. This is going to make me fly through what I'm doing. And I am on hardscapes, and here we go. Let's import it. Boom. All goes in. They're all at 0. Everything looks good. I can go ahead and take a look. Perfect. Okay. The little gap there. Oh yeah, this is a beautiful design. It's coming together. I'm seeing a few things I definitely want to change. I'm going to lighten the concrete, and all these should be actually changed to that lighter concrete. And where are you, lighter concrete? I guess let's see if I can copy and then paste. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh yeah, now that's looking really clean, really modern. Okay, I'm not a huge fan of the stone. I'm sure they could go with a different style there. And that's part of this design process right here, is that I have to... What is going on there? Don't know, but this is one of the ghosts in the machine right here. That selection there. All right, let's give a try to something different. Okay, this wall is just the worst. I don't know how I'm going to get around this wall. All right. Well, that was fun. I had some visitors, it looked like, and nobody's in right now, but we had a little bit of a chat going. Looked like we had a few messages. That was very fun. I'd like to just continue going. I think there's a lot to talk about, and this model will progress. We will get this done, and this pool will be built, I believe. Okay. So, while I'm looking at this, I do feel like I want to change this, so I'm going to go ahead and make some adjustments to what I feel looks best. I'm going to go with this classic gray stone right now. Excellent. Let's go ahead and slap that on. Beautiful. Okay, and of course there's never anything on the back side of the pool that would sort of be a waste. So that gets plastered with white. One thing that's important, you would never want a client to see the back side of a wall in a 3D model and then expect that they're going to get stone on the back side of their pool. Yeah, that would be a waste of resources and a place that would never be seen. So, looks like we're moving on here. Looking good. Okay. So that is an interesting element I've put on here. The stone, and just to look at it in its entirety. Oh, that is 1%. That's not right. Okay. Okay, looks like 50% or so, at least, maybe less. Interesting stone layout. I don't know. I need to bounce some of these ideas off some people. I need to get some designers to log in here and give me some tips. Sometimes it is difficult to match a stone. This thing does not look even close, this wall. If I could... Oh, what do we do about the wall? I'm getting the color right. It's just so bad. Okay, let's look at some of the planter areas on this project. Okay, we got some artificial turf. That's sort of a standardized thing we're throwing into a lot of projects. Everyone loves their turf. Okay, so I do not have the turf drawn in, but you can see where it connects right there, and I will draw that in by hand. And I also don't have a line for that planter, which is fine. So again, I will go ahead and draw this in by hand. All right. Yeah, you know, something like that. Oh, it wasn't wasn't supposed to go to there. It's supposed to go to here. Gotcha. Okay, and let's finish up this turf. This will be good once we get this finished. Oh, don't want to do that. Let's go ahead and drop it in like that. Good. Okay. All right, and that we will make sure is at ground level. We will go ahead and select this and call it grass, and we will use the 3D grass feature. So this is cut grass in dark. We will go ahead and turn on 3D grass and visible while designing. So 3D grass is awesome, and it brings a lot of more realistic look to the project when everything is said and done. So that's cool. Lush. Okay. All right, what do we got going here? Let's throw in some lights. LED lights are very popular in pools. I do not even think they're putting in those old lights anymore. Those old lights used to run so hot, those halogen lights inside the pools, that it required the cold water of the pool to keep it from overheating. So you could never run one of those old halogen lights in a dry pool, in a pool with no water in it. It would overheat and blow out the light. So funny thing. They had to do that. But now we're past that. We're using LEDs, and the colors you get in the LEDs are phenomenal. So let's go ahead and get some LED lights over here. Okay, that's not what I thought would come up because I am in the materials phase. Seems to happen a lot. That's one big change on the pool program I would do. I always type something in, I'm in the wrong phase, somewhere I shouldn't be. Okay, now according to his layout, it looks like he has 3 pool lights sort of off center of the wall, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I like to place them exactly where he places them because there's a lot of thought and effort put into everything he drops in. So I don't want, unless there's something I see that would be a potential mistake, do I ever make a change to the designs I'm given? Because it can definitely cause problems. So we keep it real, and yeah, very good. So okay, we got all of our lights. Let's go ahead and select them all. And we'll kill the spotlight, and these will all be at the same height. So, okay, they're riding sort of an auto elevation, but that shouldn't be the case. Okay. So what I'm going to do is set these. All right, just going to set these lights. It looks like, what, -2.8? Okay. It did like an auto elevation on those lights. It sent them down deep into the pool, and they would never be down there. So I'm going to go ahead and put in these 3 lights at the same level. Again, select them all. Deselect that one. Center them. That's looking good. Always when I do lights, I like to see the result, and it looks like there are colored lights. They're looking good. Pool's starting to come together. It is possible that I will be able to mask this wall and make it look better. The wall really does look like crap right now, so it's going to have to be either really hidden. Maybe I'll use vines. I don't know. There's a lot of things. There are quite a few things I can do because right now we have this straight wall. There's no way to get a curve on a wall very easily, so that's what I'm stuck with at the moment. Let's continue on and get Just keep working myself closer and closer. One thing I can do is go ahead and throw some lounge chairs in the Baja ledge. And that is such a popular feature nowadays, the Baja ledge. I mean, really, every pool has one. And truthfully, if you want to know the secret, it actually is a very easy thing for pool installers to install, because they bill you for the square footage of the pool, and then you have this giant chunk that they didn't have to dig out because it's a Baja ledge and it's solid concrete, and the concrete only has to be a foot thick, so they don't have to excavate that area, so it makes it a little bit easier. Okay, so I'm just looking around for a decent lounge chair. Everything, I'm not liking what I see. I feel like I'm missing a few things. I definitely am. I'm missing... it seems like with a lot of updates, some of my items disappear. So let's go ahead and throw this in. And we'll put a little shrink on that. And now we got a couple of chairs in the Baja ledge at least. Let's take a look at that. Okay, looking good. All right. Nice looking little pool, tiny, tiny backyard. I do need to plug away on all those trees. That it'll start looking a lot more realistic when I get all the oak trees in. There's definitely a whole slew of oak trees and conifers that I'm going to put in. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to grab this image probably and use it as an overlay when I'm done with the CAD file. Once I'm done with the CAD file, but right now I'm still using it. So let's go ahead and continue using it and use every little bit. Let's see what happens here. Boom. Okay, exactly what I need. This is a deck. Looks like over here we have, this is the fence over here. Sometimes I have to double check and cross-reference the PDF here and just double check that everything is what it is. This is definitely a fence line, and their rock wall goes around that curve and their fence line is right there as well. So I have both of those in. I can go ahead and drop in a fence line. That throws it in there, and I have some preset fencing right there. Perfect. And let's throw this one in. Same thing. And if I take a peek, missing one of them for some reason. So, but the other one dropped in. So let's go ahead and make this concrete the same. Okay, well, seems like I lost something there. Let's try it one more time. I totally put it in. This line right here. There it is. Okay, that was weird. Somehow it disappeared, or maybe my mouse is inferior. I think I need a better mouse. Or I think I click, but it doesn't click. Okay, and that right there is an easy fix. Just move this inset a little bit. Okay, so this fence basically goes to the wall. Looks good. I definitely need some vines or something. But this is working out well. So I'm just eyeballing to see any other statistics here. Any other things I need to be aware of. Okay, Looking good. Continuing on. So, luckily I still have a few days to get this done. So I will be focusing in the coming days on the landscaping and getting this wall just right. And then integrating this land, this earth. So I'll be using the terrain feature, and I will be definitely filling in these areas with earth and sloping this project better. And then I will also start painting the ground, so this will all start to come together. I think the wall is good. I'm going to work on a few things with it and change a few things up, but what I want to do now is just completely be done with the AutoCAD file, so I can scrap that and not have to look at that anymore. So as long as I have, well, so the AutoCAD file is displaying for me the plants. I don't really need those. I have all the lines. I'm just double checking to see if there's anything else I may have missed. I appear to have every line I need. I don't have my spillway in. I just noticed that. I don't want to forget it. So let's go ahead and throw in the spillway. And it's easy to insert a spillover. And that appears to me to be a 3-foot spillover. And I can overlay the CAD file if I wanted, and I can put that 3-foot spillover exactly where he likes it. Great, so back to there, and so I think I have everything. That's everything in the CAD file that I need. All the lights are in place, all these squares. The only elements I'm missing are going to be in this other thing before. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to break this wall up into sections and then tilt the custom shape so that it does have a slight tilt to it or bend. So anyway, I think that's going to be the case. Let's see if I can do this here, and boom. Okay. Alright, so that's the plan, at least for the rock wall. I think for the most part I have everything else handled. Is there anything else I should work on now? Because the next phase of this project will definitely be an overlay of the satellite imagery so I can get the driveway put in. It'll be very exact. Also, these planter areas. You can see the planter areas. You can see some hay or some grass seed that they had put in here, some hydro seeding. And that's all part of the block wall in the back. So, yeah, that's where they tore into the earth and resloped. So I really have a great opportunity to make this look very accurate. And so I will. And so I'm excited to step this forward on the next session. That will definitely be part 3. And if you tuned in live, I really appreciate it. I really, really do. It's really cool to have people pop in, ask questions of any type. We can talk about how Chris Rock got rocked on stage by Will Smith. We can talk about any current events. Doesn't matter, because it helps to shoot the time, and it's fun to hang out and experience this kind of thing. And I just want to be here for you. I'm going to be going live. I also can answer questions about Pool Studio, of course. I've been using this program for over 15 years, and I pretty much know how to make things look good given the tools I'm given. So I know how to do a lot of weird little tricks that help things work out. So anyway, I'm glad you guys all showed up today. Anyone who did show up, I got about 2 or 3 visitors. That was cool. On my second ever live stream. I'm going to live stream a lot more, and I hope to see you guys here in the future. So thanks again. Be sure to like, subscribe, hit the thumbs up button. I really do appreciate it. And I guess we'll see you next time. Next time there's a live stream. Thanks. This is Ian signing off. I am the Pool Creator. Take care. Bye-bye.